You're listening to the Dude, Where's My Health podcast, an uncommon approach to rapid fat loss, health hacks, and being unstoppable. And now, here's your host, transformation coach, holistic health lover, and overall dangerous dude, Clark Danger.
Touching on mine, well I'm touching on you. You know that we don't give up, so I don't give up. Man, testing right now, but damn, that feels good. That brings back memories. You know what? Let's just roll with it. Hope it turns out fine. If you are listening right now, that means that you are a hardcore Dude, Where's My Health subscriber. The title of this show is The Truth. The truth behind Dude, Where's My Health. How did it start? Where is it going? Is it coming back? What were my intentions behind the actual show? Why did I quit? I want to unpack that for you guys. Could just be a lot of rambling. Who knows? I don't have a script. I don't have an outline. I'm just going for the gut on this. But there's a few things I really want to touch on. You know, I guess I'll start at the top. I started Dude, Where's My Health in college. My junior year, sitting in my dorm room. I was such a fan of podcasts, man. I would have this housekeeping job over in between summers to sustain myself in college. I was going to a private university, Seattle Pacific, cost $40,000 a year. Had tons of scholarships, worked my ass off just to pay that. Doing all kinds of jobs in between summers to compensate for offset the cost. In between two summers, I woofed, lived on a farm, so I didn't have to pay rent here. I worked at a shitty restaurant that I worked at when I was 16. I had to suck on my pride and go back. One of the years, I got a job housekeeping, and this job was in the dorms. 12-story dorm, housed like 2,000 people. Everyone clears out in the summer. And what's your job? You have to go through every single room and scrub the heck out of that thing, man. Now, if there's only thing more maddening than cleaning one room that's all white, it's cleaning 12,000 rooms that are all white, back to back for 8 hours a day. The only thing that got me through that at that time were podcasts. I could listen to audio. Instead of listening to music for 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, I just turned on podcasts. Quickly fell in love. I mean, I am talking, this was my calling. And, you know, somewhere along the lines, I had that feeling that I'm sure a lot of us have when we look at people online with blogs or podcasting or see people on TV is, I could do that. That doesn't seem that hard. Maybe I could do that. And so I had that feeling every single time I listened to an interview call. I was like, the guest on there, wait a minute. He didn't pay him anything to get the guest on. The guest probably loves coming on the show, talking about how cool they are for an hour. It's free promotion for them. I could do that. I could totally do that. Once a week? You got to be kidding me. So I just had this drive my junior year of college. I was also doing an RA full-time position where I was managing like 24 kids, had so much training, all while doing a BS in kinesiology and exercise science. I mean, I was spread thin. But I started a podcast. Yeah, my grades slipped. They fell to like D's and almost got booted out of the dorms, my job. But I did it and called up some of the people that I respected and the podcasts that I listened to, like Sean Croxton, Abel James. I think Dean Dwyer was on there. Really, really people that I listened to and admired. And they all said yes. I was like, man, that's 3 for 3. Who knows where this could go? So I started doing the Dude, Where's My Health, having fun, learning how to interview, and just having a good time. But somewhere along the lines, it started catching on, and I got recommended and approached by a blog that I still work with to this day, Paleo Hacks. They said, hey, you know, Clark, you're doing your thing over there at Dude, Where's My Health? We'd like you to come do it for us. It's the exact same format, exact same show, except we'll give you a salary for it. Now I'm a college student, and I'm like, hell yeah, this is great. I'm doing it. I'm doing it now for money, and I'm making money, entrepreneurship, 4-hour work week style, Tim Ferriss. But somewhere along that transition of doing something you love for free to now having a price associated with it, you start to see it as an income stream and a job. And now editing, recording, scheduling, interviewing, what used to get me up in the morning really excited turned into this job. And I still love talking to people. I love talking about health on the call. That is something I'm still passionate about. I love the Paleo Hacks podcast. Every single episode we do, it's amazing. I love it. But what I don't get excited about anymore is just the free form content creation of podcasting. I don't, if I'm completely honest. And what I'm doing right now is the first thing I've done really in 2 years on a podcast that I feel excited about. I got up this morning and said, you know what? I have a bunch of friends now in the podcast scene that are just starting podcasts. They are so excited about it. They can't wait to get up and out of bed in the morning and go do their thing. Why don't I have that? Didn't I used to? So I decided to go back to my roots and say, okay, what is it about podcasting then that used to get me so excited? I realized that it was the lack of expectations and the freedom that got me so excited. I'll touch on a few things, so that was kind of where I'm at is how it all started was I heard people doing it, got inspired, said I could do that, and went and did it. I got that drive from it. So if I were to bring Dude, Where's My Health back, I guess there's 3 things that come to the top of my mind. Given I'm still doing everything else, I'm still cranking out YouTube videos and Paleo Hacks podcast once a week. If you guys don't listen to that, that's where I've been for 3 years now, coming up, in January. But there's 3 things I'd like to do if I were to bring back Dude, Where's My Health? The first is fun. All right? If I'm going to do a show once a week, it's got to be something I look forward to. I want to bring the fun back, man. I just want to have a good time with no expectations and poke fun at myself and be kind of goofy and stumble on things and not have this personality I feel like I have to fit into as the radio host. And that's great. And if you call in the next 10 minutes, we'll throw in a Snuggie with your order. Or like... I feel a lot of people do this posturing on podcasts. It drives me fucking crazy, man. Where they get on there and and you can visit www.clarkdanger.com and plug in your email at the top there, and I'll send you the 5 secrets to success. No one likes doing that. We like the content. We like the creation. So number 1 is fun. I got to have fun with it. And the whole purpose of it, I guess going into the second one is an outlet for me, for my creativity, for my rants, for my almost public therapy session once a week, whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm going through. And the third thing, so it's a fun outlet, and then I guess the third thing is no expectations. I'm not even going to look at the download numbers. I know it's counterintuitive. I don't even care if the show grows. I don't even care if one person listens to it, because you know what? I recorded it, I feel good, and I'm having a good time. Right now, I am. Honest to God, feels good. Those are my 3 expectations. What are we at now? About 9 minutes on the shitty MacBook that I swapped out, but I bring it back because it has all the audio settings on it. But, throughout this whole process I was talking about where, getting in a job, listening to podcasts, that I can do it, to doing it, to actually making money off it, now I'm back full circle at wanting to do it for free for myself. And I guess there's personal insights I learned throughout that journey that I want to share with you. And I couldn't help myself. I'm giving content in an episode I said there was no content on. So the first personal insight I have, is do the work. Okay? This sounds so simple, but I think if you're going to create anything in life, you have to do the work. We have this narrative floating around in our society somewhere that there's this get-rich-quick scheme. It's the infomercials that tell you to go to the airport seminar room and they sell you a $300 wealth program on real estate. It's the infomercials that come on at 3 in the morning that tell you they're going to make you lose weight in 90 days. 30 days now. I mean, the days are getting shorter. It's like a 10-day lose weight program. What are they doing? Haven't you eaten 3 pinto beans and rice all day? Jesus Christ, I don't know. It's the get-rich-quick scheme on a business. If you buy my $1,000 program on how to make wealth online, within 10 months, you'll be generating $10,000 a month. You know because you've seen them everywhere. I fall victim to that. Except I don't go to the airport. I don't buy the diet program. I don't buy the business program. I subscribe to that success narrative in my life. when I launch a new business, when I launch a podcast, I'm just expecting that the right person comes along, listens to it, loves it, and throws money my way. I don't actually want to show up and do the work. That's the hard stuff, guys. And I think, man, everyone I talk to or coach with or work with has that same success narrative in their head, that somewhere they're going to hit it big, off to the big leagues. That one audition that gets them the star role next to Brad Pitt or something in Hollywood. They just got to bust enough tables in the meantime. That floats around and it's very sexy, but it's not the narrative we should be subscribing to, right? I shouldn't be creating podcasts from a point of if one producer from, let's just go with NPR network hears me, they'll bring me on to host their show. That's not the point that you want to be hosting something from. Going back to what I said earlier, how it has to have a fun outlet for me with no expectations if I were to bring this show back. Well, I feel when you have no expectations, when you expect nothing, you can experience everything. I truly believe that, guys. So doing the work becomes effortless when you don't have those rigid expectations attached to it, like someone's got to listen to my perfect show, call me up, because that's how I'm going to make it in the world. If that's your plan, you're going to fail 100% of the time. I promise you that. What that really is laziness in disguise. That's trying to find a shortcut around doing the work. For podcasting, doing the work means showing up every single Friday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever day you commit, and doing that show, regardless of if you feel it or not. Let me give you another example. YouTube was a big medium for me for a while with videos, right? I saw YouTube channels that had 100,000 subscribers plus, talking about the same exact things I was talking about: health, wellness, personal development, insights, motivation. But what I felt wasn't even the same quality or format or effort. So I'd scratch my head and say, I'm posting 3 videos a week that I bust my ass for, and why isn't it paying off? And then I realized that my posting trajectory was 3 times a week for 1 month and then 3 months off. So what does that show me about myself? It shows me that I get really excited. I burn the candle at both ends, gasoline in the middle at that start of something, but I'm bad at finishing it. I can't hold myself accountable for 3 months at a time without burning out, moving on to the next thing. If it's not YouTube, then I go back to podcasting, and okay, I'm gonna do this show for 3 months, and then it's not fun anymore. It's not new, sexy, and shiny. So I go back and then I get stressed out because, well, I've tried so many different things and they haven't caught on. Maybe it's just me. But no, when I look back on it, it's about consistency. You're never going to make it big off 2 videos, guys. You might not even make it big off 200 videos. Who knows? Maybe 2,000. But that all goes back to how bad do you want it? How passionate about the thing you want to do and create in this world are you, so you're willing to do the work? It's not about if it stays on fire for you for an entire year. It's about getting past that dip, that plateau. So you start something and the learning curve is just straight up. You're having so much fun. It's passionate. This could be a relationship. It could be a health regimen. It could be a business for me. And then you get to that point of where you stop growing as fast as you did. And you hit that, what is it called? It's called a plateau. And that plateau can be months, can be years, can be weeks, be hours, who knows how long that plateau is. But a lot of people quit on that plateau because they look back and they say, you know what? I'm not on new and noteworthy section anymore. I'm not getting good downloads. No one's listening to the show. It's a failure. And they quit. That's what I did with the What Makes a Man show. And let me tangent for a second before I get back to what we were talking about in the lesson. The What Makes a Man show came out, and again, it was that habit I recognized in myself, that new and shiny thing I go after and then burn out. I put all my energy into this one thing, whether it be a YouTube channel, Dude, Where's My Health, but now it was What Makes a Man. Because you know what? With Dude, Where's My Health, what didn't work is my format, my approach. It wasn't the guest, it wasn't me, right? It wasn't me, but it was how I marketed it, and that failed. So now I'm going to redo the entire show as something else on a totally different topic, but really focus on the marketing component. And what happened with that? What Makes a Man show, launched it, had the same interview format, same style, great content. I might actually post some on this. But after the 3 months mark of the new and noteworthy, downloads started to drop, and I was like, not worth it, not me. And so I quit. Just like I did on YouTube, just like I did on Dude, Where's My Health, just like I did on What Makes a Man, just like I did on Absolute Abs, my first ever product. I created the whole thing, launched it, got so excited, freshman year of college, and quit. I'm done with quitting, guys. I'm done with trying to find that get-rich-quick airport seminar scheme. I'm starting to do the work. I'm starting to show up. I want to do something in this world. I want to do great things in this world beyond myself, beyond just reaching a few people. I want to serve the masses. And to do that, you got to show up. You got to do the work. You got to put in the effort. Entrepreneurs aren't the people who go after the get-rich-quick schemes, guys. They're the people that try so many things, and they fall down every time. But there's that one that they get back up for, go after. If you're an entrepreneur, be that person. Be the guy who gets knocked down and gets his ass back up and does the work every fucking morning. If you're that person, I promise you, you're going to be successful. You don't have to hit 1,000 in baseball to get paid $3 million. You got to hit 3 out of 10. That's a great batting average. That's a Hall of Fame batting average. They're going to pay you millions of dollars to do that. No one's getting up there and batting 1,000, guys. With you, with your life, don't focus on batting 1,000. Do the work. Show up. And that's all you can do. So, the return of Dude, Where's My Health? Who knows? Might see you next week. Might have to take a few weeks off. Refocus on what I want to do with the show. But I know if I'm going to come back, it's going to be because I did the work. Thank you. Clark Danger on Instagram, Twitter. Email me at clarkdanger@live.com. That felt good. Really good. Stop settling. Start living. Later, guys.